Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you know within yourself that you've yet to tap into your true potential and that there are greater things that await for you in your next stages of life. So as y'all see in the title, this is your sign to go all in, but going all in doesn't just mean checking things off of your to-do list, but it really has a lot to do with a true commitment within yourself to committing to the process to becoming the person that you want to be. So of course, going all in as far as actions that you need to take in order to live the life that you want, but taking it a step further and not just taking actions that are related to your goal, but taking actions that will help you become the person that you want to be in order to achieve whatever it is that you want in life. So in today's video, I'm going to break down how you can go about doing this, how you can fully commit to the goals that you have set in place for yourself, how to overcome hesitation, how to alter your beliefs so then you can fully commit to the goals that you have set in place for yourself, and how you can stop making excuses as to why you haven't gone all in already. This video isn't just for anyone. I'm making this video specifically for you, okay? So if you're ready to make that bold commitment to really see some drastic changes in your life, stick around to the end of this video because you won't want to miss a second of this, because we're really about to tap in, really elaborate on these concepts that will bring a lot of value to your life if you implement them right away. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video. So first and foremost, I think it's really important that we first define what going all in means, because I feel as if like everyone has different definitions of what that might mean to them. Let's really break it down together, okay? Going all in doesn't necessarily mean overworking yourself and working 16-hour days every day, but it's more of a commitment to self-awareness and to higher consciousness. And what I mean by that is making an agreement with yourself. It starts with a choice. It's a decision more than anything else, okay? You have to first decide what it is that you want and then fully commit to that goal. Relieve yourself of self-doubt so then you are able to go all the way in on this goal. I feel like that really is what holds most people back, right? Is the fact that they don't actually believe that a lot of their goals are attainable. It doesn't just have to do with the actions that you're taking in regards to your goal, but the decision to become the person that is worthy of living the lifestyle that you visualize in your dreams. So going all in more than anything else is an agreement to yourself, a commitment to yourself, and a commitment to an ongoing process that doesn't have a very clear date as far as when it will happen. Because I feel like that's another thing too, like people get so fixated on like when it's gonna happen or how it's gonna happen, but the truth of the matter is you simply cannot know. So you just gotta be cool with that. So with that being said, that really brings me into my next point, which is the power of commitment. How powerful it really is once you truthfully within yourself decide to pursue something and to not look back. At the end of the day, like most people, the lifestyles that they're living, everything is a choice, but they're making those choices unconsciously. If you're going out every night and you're partying, you're drinking, like you know within yourself, like that's not the life that you want to live. You know that's not what you want to do. You know that it's not fulfilling you. These unconscious habits are just so like ingrained in your subconscious mind that you keep doing them day after day after day. So now talk about the power of like really going all in. It really is just getting clarity on what it is that you want and then eliminating all other things, all other factors that aren't contributing to that goal. You get what I'm saying? Like I said at the beginning of the video, man, if you're watching this video right now, you know and I know within yourself, there's something that you've yet to tap into. You know what your potential is. You know you're destined for more, but there are just so many distractions around you that are holding you back, maintaining a very strong level of focus in regards to this goal, in regards to your dreams. It's not a matter of whether or not you're capable of attaining that life, because you are. If there are other people that are accomplishing, similar goals to the ones that you have in place for yourself, that should reaffirm it to you, like it's possible. Of course, we've all been dealt like different hands at life as far as like personal circumstances and whatnot, but at the end of the day, if you have your health, you have your mind, you have the power of choice, you're capable. You just haven't tapped in yet. And that is the entire intention with this video, is to help you reveal what your true potential is, but it first begins with a choice. You must decide. So just going off that last point, right? There will of course be a lot of obstacles and challenges on the way in regards to tapping into your full potential, but it all begins with, like I said, choice and focus. Just like many other people, I've been exposed to a lot of distractions. A lot of people are more focused on instant gratification as opposed to making short-term sacrifices for the long-term gain. I wouldn't doubt that, you're going to be exposed to a lot of similar obstacles as I did, as far as having to cut people off who don't want similar things as I do, like for my own life, right? Distractions are going to be huge, right? So how do you overcome that? Again, reaffirm what it is that you actually want. And that's why I keep using the term clarity. Once you actually understand, you get a firm grasp of what it is that you want for your life, it becomes a lot easier to remain focused because there's a destination in your mind. So coming back to that destination, visualizing that destination regularly, like not just every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to tap back in constantly. We all have different ways of, getting motivated and feeling inspired. But for me, me personally, reminding myself of what my purpose is, like even shooting this video right now, I could look at my subscriber count on YouTube or like my view count and just be like, I make excuses as to why I shouldn't film this video because there are other YouTubers out there who got bigger communities than me, just trying to constantly make excuses again. But I set my intention in place, I've made a choice, and I've remind myself what it looks like as far as, me making these videos time and time again, what will come out of that. Not even in just the sense of like for me personally, but for other people and what that will make me feel. Just reminding myself of if there is somebody, on the other side who's able to watch these videos, take value from them, change themselves, change their habits, and ultimately live a better life, like what that will do for them and what that will do for me as well as a result. Reminding yourself constantly of what the objective is that you've set in place and finding your own methods, your own ways to spark that emotion, that motivating emotion, that inspiring feeling. For me, it's like I think about, again, people on the other side of this camera, family, friends, the impact that I can have on the lives of others. You know what I'm saying? Like that really goes a long way. And that's what I always bring myself back to. Now that we've really broken down what that is, let's really tap into like practical steps that you can take to really see effective changes in your life. So first and foremost, let's start with self-care. This is one that, may resonate with you right away and it may not, but bear with me for a sec, okay? When you're really making the effort to take care of yourself regularly, there are so many different forms of self-care. When you're just looking after yourself and you've constructed like consistent habits that allow you to take care of yourself. We all know this, man. Like what does that make you feel when you're taking care of yourself? You feel satisfied. It's satisfaction, right? You feel a sense of, it's like you're proud, right? That you've been able to take care of yourself. You feel healthier, you feel happier. When you feel better and you're working with more energy, you now have more energy to put back into yourself to go all in on whatever goal that you have in place for yourself. So whether that's financial freedom, so like business success, relationships, whether that's like romantic or professional, when you feel better about yourself, you're living in a higher energy. Therefore, you now have more energy to put back into yourself. So self-care is crucial, my people, crucial. So don't dismiss this point like it's like, bro, like you hear self-care like all the time. It's like, nah, man, like this goes a long way, man. Like for real. Brings me into my next point, which is routines, right? I think routines are huge. So I always plan my days a day in advance. So like in the evening, I'll plan out my days and I'll write out my routine. And I think writing out my routine, like that in itself is a routine, right? Writing out what you're gonna be doing every day. So once you get in the flow of that and you get more clarity on what it is that you're gonna be doing, where your energy is going and why, that's gonna allow you to work a lot more efficiently, has a lot to do with reconstructing your character as far as, being the person that you need to be to live the life that you want. You get what I'm saying? Next point, man, this one is huge. You need to be extremely intentional with everything that you consume. There are so many things nowadays that we can consume, and we all know this. We're exposed to media like never before. You can't just be unconsciously scrolling on social media. You can't just be clicking on random pop-ups that you be seeing on your feed. You can't just get so caught up in what's being presented to you in your feed. You have to be very intentional with what you consume. I'm referring to social media in particular, but books that you consume, movies, shows, just being a lot more intentional and asking yourself like how it's contributing to your development, personal development, self-development. Those are always things that you just have to be mindful of, bro. It goes such a long way because I feel like a lot of people have habits in place where it's like they're just consuming at certain times of the day and it's not a matter of what they're consuming, so as long as they are consuming something. You gotta be very self-aware, guys, very self-aware. So another step that you can take to really commit to this new process is sharpening your focus. And I know a lot of people might say, that's easier said than done, but it really all begins with self-awareness. You know yourself better than anyone else. You know what distracts you and what doesn't. So a lot of people might have to, delete social media apps. If that's what you need to do, then do it. Setting time limits for how long you're using your phone for. Anything that can contribute to you sharpening your focus is huge for this process, man, because at the end of the day, like we only have so many hours within each day, right? Obviously we need to rest and we need to handle life, taking care of yourself, taking care of your environment, making sure that you're cleaning up after yourself, etc., etc. And then what we're left with is just like X amount of time. So it's like, okay, how can we maximize that time that we're left with? You have to enhance your focus. We all have different ways of being focused, but like I said, man, it all really begins with you. So you really need to make an effort to sharpen your focus and make the most of the time that you have have in each and every day. The last point being, man, dopamine detox, man, like that has so much to do with self-discipline. At the beginning of a detox, it's gonna be pretty challenging. You get what I'm saying? Just because essentially cutting out a bunch of things that you're just so accustomed to doing or consuming regularly. But there's so much good on the other side, and I highly encourage you to consider a dopamine detox. I've tried it for myself and it's crazy, man, like what it can do for you. For those of you that don't know, my business partner, who's also my girl, Ellie Jane, shout out Ellie Jane, we actually shot a couple of videos of going on a raw vegan cleanse. She went on the cleanse for about a week. First time I went on it, it was for about a month. Oh my gosh, a lot of crazy things that happened. I won't even like go too much in detail, but I will link the video just so y'all can like check that out, see how it went. Again, that don't know, a raw vegan cleanses, you're not eating any cooked foods, it's just raw fruits, vegetables, seeds, and nuts. Of course, first few days were quite intense, and it's not a detox that like might work for everyone, but it was something that we were curious about, hence why we went, committed to it for as long as we did. But yeah, check out that video if y'all interested in learning more about it, and if y'all want to hear me elaborate a little further on my experience with that cleanse, drop it in the comments below and maybe we'll tap into that as well. But yeah, man, with that being said, I think the most effective way for me to like summarize all the points that I've shared with y'all thus far, it really is the ripple effect. As I said, man, this is your sign to go all in. But again, someone's all in, like we all have different versions of that. Like what is it that you want? But when I say this, man, when I say that, it's the ripple effect. These strategies that I'm giving y'all right now, they translate into all areas of life. And that's the best part about it. You're gonna see improvements in multiple areas. Fitness goals are huge. You're going to the gym, you're getting a stronger body and a stronger mind as a result, but it doesn't just end there. Because now when you're alone and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're happier with what you see. And that sense of pride, like that sense of happiness now translates into other aspects of your life. You have a stronger sense of conviction as far as, this new identity that you're stepping into. You believe it more based on what you're seeing. Use these tactics that I've shared with y'all, man, and remind yourself that these habits go beyond business or relationships or health. And that's the approach that you need to take with going all in. Reminding yourself that it really is the bigger picture that we're after. It's changing you. It's not just about experiencing your desires, but understanding that in order to experience your desires, you have to go all in on changing who you are. Once you're successful at changing your self-concept, the way that you perceive yourself, everything else will follow. But it begins with making that commitment. You and I both know you've yet to tap into your true potential. You feel it intuitively. You're destined for more. You're capable of more. Your current lifestyle isn't fulfilling you in the way that you wish to be fulfilled. There's more out there and you know it. And that's why you watch this video. I want you to know that I believe in you. You have no reasons that you shouldn't believe in yourself. You've probably been through more than anyone can understand, but you're still standing here, right? You're still here. So remind yourself of all of the adversity that you've gotten through, this desire, this hunger to experience more. If you made it this far in the video, I wish you nothing but prosperity, love, and success. And it's all dependent on a choice, an agreement with yourself. I've said it multiple times throughout this video, and the only reason for that is because I really need to emphasize the importance of choice, because that's what we have, man. There are a lot of things in this life that we simply cannot control, but choice, our attitudes, that is one of the few things that we have full control over. So don't take it for granted. Make the most out of your choices, and I wish you all the best on y'all journeys, man. If you're new here, do consider subscribing and liking the video. It really does a lot for the algorithm and helps other people who need to hear this find this type of information, so that would mean a lot. More power to all of you guys. Wish you all the best, and I will catch y'all in the next video, man. It's KT signing out.